My dear viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we shall discuss about a simple overview of Hipot test, high potential test of electrical device. Our discussion will cover some topics like what is Hipot testing, what is electrical insulation, what is insulation resistance, what is dielectric strength, structure of a power cable, why is Hipot test of electrical device needed, aging characteristic of cable, trimming, how is Hipot testing done. Please watch. What is Hipot test? Hipot testing is an electrical safety that is used to evaluate the efficiency of insulation in an electrical device. This can also be referred to as a dielectric resistance test, a high potential test, or a pressure test. The dielectric strength test can assist in determining whether the ground wall can withstand a higher voltage condition. The dielectric resistance test or high potential Hipot test is used to evaluate the insulation condition of the device like transformer, relays, circuit breaker, bus bar, generators, cables, lightning arrestor, and many more. The Hipot test is extremely useful for finding terminal spacing difficulties, faulty cable junctions and terminations, crushed insulation, reduction in inside clearance and creepage, corrosive or conductive impurities, and braided shielding or stray wire strand. What is electrical insulation? Electrical insulation is a non-conductive material or substance that resists the flow of electrical current. It is used to isolate electrical conductors from each other and from any other conductive materials or grounded surfaces. This isolation helps to prevent electrical shocks, short circuits, and other electrical faults. Among the properties of an insulation, two are insulation resistance IR, dielectric strength BDV, breakdown voltage. What is insulation resistance? Insulation resistance is the ability of an insulating material to prevent electrical current from flowing between two conductors or to ground. By using Megger or insulation resistance tester, IR is measured. It is measured in ohms, megohms, and higher values indicate better insulation. What is dielectric strength? Dielectric strength is simply the maximum electric field that a material can withstand without experiencing failure of its insulating properties. It is measured in kilovolt per mm. By high potential test, high voltage test, dielectric strength of insulation along with leakage current is measured. Very low leakage current indicates good dielectric strength, that is, voltage withstand level is high. Structure of power cable. The copper neutral wires are wound around the insulation shield and are usually covered with a thermoplastic polyethylene jacket, which ensure mechanical protection from the external environment and also reduces moisture intrusion into the cable, thus preventing a premature cable failure. There are two basic categories for cables: the extruded dielectric and the laminated style cable. The example of extruded dielectric cable including cross-linked polyethylene that is XLP or P style cable, and ethylene propylene rubber EPR. Aging characteristics of cable tearing. Water tree degradation is a major problem for medium voltage extruded dielectric cables, particularly the service edge XLP cable and P style cables. It is perhaps the rawest degradation process of power cable insulation and contributes to failure of the cable. Water trees are formed and grown in the presence of moisture and electric field over time. Why is Hipot test of electrical device needed? Due to aging or electromechanical stresses over a period of time, the degradation of insulation takes place due to formation of leakage tree, and the amount of leakage current flowing through the device gradually increases. In many cases, it is seen that despite of having good insulation resistance value, IR value, cables are not working due to inadequate dielectric strength of insulation. As example, IR value of a power cable are measured satisfactory, but when it is loaded, seen as faulty. To prevent the insulation breakdown of electrical product during operation and also to know the condition of the insulation, a Hipot test is usually performed during the manufacturing, installation, acceptance, routine repair and maintenance. By measuring the leakage current during application of high test voltage through the Hipot tester, we can determine the quality or integrity of the insulation. How is Hipot testing done? Hipot tester injects a short-term high voltage between conductor and body earth, chassis, shield or armor of the device, here cable, and the leakage current in milliampere is monitored as per the relevant testing standard of that device. If the leakage current exceeds the recommended value, the device is considered as failed to pass the dielectric resistance test or Hipot test. If the leakage current crosses the trip current setting, the Hipot instrument automatically trips. A DC high potential Hipot test evaluates a cable's insulation ability to withstand a specific voltage for a certain amount of time. The test can be used for acceptance or maintenance of new or existing installation. During the test, DC voltage is applied to the open head of cable conductor using a Hipot tester. The voltage is then raised to a predetermined level or in steps, and the Hipot tester measures the total of any currents that flow into or out of the conductors to ground, that is leakage current. If the test results seem satisfactory, the cable can be put or put back into the service. DC Hipot testing is generally considered safe for new solid dielectric cables and cables with laminated insulations. So my dear viewers, this was the discussion of the episode. Please subscribe, share, like and do comments on this subject.